guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really fun video. I'm going to be doing a full face first impressions using $1 makeup. Yes, you heard that right, $1 makeup. So this video isn't sponsored, but the site Miss Shop A reached out to me. They were like, hey, would you like to try some of our products? And I'd never really heard of the site before, and then I had a look and I was like, hold up. All of your products are $1. And I think, like anyone who sees that price tag, I became very cautious and hesitant because I'm like, okay, I spent hundreds of dollars in Sephora, so how good can the quality of these products really be for $1? So that is what I'm going to be putting to the test today. I am going into this with a very open mind and hopefully I find some amazing products for $1. So before jumping into it, I am currently pre-filming a whole heap of videos because I am going to Europe very soon, which I'll explain about more in my next video. But basically one of the videos that I wanted to pre-film and post over there is a Q&A so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better. So if you have any questions for me about me, then be sure to leave them below in the comments section or head over to my Instagram and leave a comment there. Obviously, I won't be answering your comment and question, but I'll be sure to give it a like so that you know that I've seen it and it may be in the video. So before you leave, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click that little notification bell so you're notified every time I post a video, and head over to my Instagram to see looks and tutorials that you won't see here on YouTube. And other than that, let's go ahead and get started and test out all this $1 makeup. So I did get the chance to go through their website and pick out the products that caught my eye, but ultimately I didn't get to choose like what made it to me. So today we're kind of winging it and working with what we have. So I have 3 brow products here, all of which did come sealed, which I think makes one feel a little bit better and safer. So let's pick out the pencil. So here I have the AOA Studio Sculpting Pencil, and this is in the shade Medium Brown. Okay, so this does come in a triangular shaped pencil, which isn't the pencil shape that I personally go for. So this may be a little bit of a challenge. It doesn't have a spoolie at the end, but we have a whole heap of brushes here, and I think we have a spoolie. So I'm going to use the point of the triangle and just go ahead and do my usual brow routine. Okay, the more I use this product, the more the tip of the triangle is becoming blunt, which makes it even harder to create a nice, precise, sharp line. But it is gliding on really nicely. You know, it's not too waxy where you really have to like push hard to get any pigmentation. And I mean, it's doing its job. For someone like me who does like that really sharp, precise brow, this probably isn't my personal choice, but if you're someone that just likes to fill in your brows and you know they don't need to be too precise, then this might be for you. Now let's use some brow pomade. So this is the AOA Studio Wonder Brow Tinted Brow Pomade in Medium Brown. It looks to be a pretty good color, and I'm going to use the AOA Studio E116 brush. Now these brushes did come in a set, which obviously is a little bit more than $1, but I'll leave all the products, brushes, prices down below in the description box. Okay, well this product did its job really nicely. It was fairly creamy, but it did still keep its hold. I like the color. I did go in with some more concealer to clean everything up. Concealer is actually the only thing that I don't have in this little bundle. Not sure what happened there, so I did just use a concealer from my own collection. And I do have a Go Brow Fiber Gel, which I'm going to use later on. I want to do my face and powder first, so for now, let's go ahead and move on to the face. Let's prime the skin. So I have here the AOA Studio Wonder Skin Illuminating Primer, and it says here it gives the face a luminous glow to eliminate dull skin for a brighter appearance, and then it says apply a small amount, blah blah blah, enhances your natural skin tone while reducing fine lines and pores. Sounds amazing, so let's give it a go. So I'm just using my fingers to rub this into my skin. So it's quite thick, like I'm really having to like use my fingers to move the product and blend it in. It kind of feels a little bit oily. Kind of feels like I'm rubbing like sunscreen on my face, which, I mean, it's not bad, but I definitely feel a little oily. So I wouldn't say it's really blurred my skin, but it definitely has given it a nice glow, and the product has dried now, so that oily feeling thankfully has gone away. So for foundation, we might have a little bit of a challenge here. So I have 2 colors here. My fake tan is like 5 days old. I'm going to be scrubbing it off tonight. So it's the lightest that it's going to be, and this is the darkest foundation out of the 2. So this is in the shade number 2, and it is the Amuse Cosmetics Matte Finish Foundation. I also have here their Wonder Sponge. So I have dampened this, and I've also dampened a regular beauty blender, and as you can see, the Wonder Sponge is a little bit bigger, and it actually feels really nice. Like, you know, some really cheap beauty blenders that literally feel like a rock. This one feels good, so I'm excited to give this a go. I'm just gonna distribute it around my face like I would any product, and it feels quite thick. Wow, this color matches so well. Okay, so the sponge itself feels really nice. It's nice and bouncy, and it's definitely like blended in the product. But can you actually see the product, or is it just me and it's disappeared? Okay, so this foundation is definitely very light coverage, but I actually don't mind the way that it's looking. It looks like I have nothing on my skin, yet I can still tell that it has covered some of that redness and kind of evened out my skin tone, and it doesn't feel tacky at all, so I feel like I could get away with not setting it with powder. So this may be perfect for those no makeup days where you just want a little something on your skin, but you don't want it to be heavy, you don't want to set it. It's looking nice. So I'm going to try and build it up. I might actually use my own kabuki brush because there's not really a foundation brush in this collection, and I just want to see how it builds. Also because I think this sponge is soaking up a little bit of the product and soaking up a little bit of the coverage. So the coverage definitely did build, but not dramatically. So I wouldn't reach for this if I was doing like a full glam look, but maybe if I was doing like a no makeup look, or for someone who loves like a really light coverage foundation that's more like a CC cream, then you might enjoy this. I'm gonna go ahead and do a sneaky, something that I wouldn't recommend. I'm gonna go ahead and put another foundation over the top of this, the Huda Beauty foundation, just so that we can match, and as it is such light coverage, I feel like I can just like put another foundation over the top of it. I'm also gonna do my concealer because, as I said, there's no concealer in this, and then I'll be right back. So I'm applying the Huda Beauty foundation, and I'm actually applying it with the Wonder Sponge, and I thought because the foundation was so sheer, maybe some of the sponge was soaking up the product, but it must just be that the foundation is designed to be really light coverage, because the Huda Beauty foundation is very full coverage, and I'm still getting that like full coverageness even when using the sponge. So I really like this sponge. I'm impressed. I paid $30 for a beauty blender, and this is $1, and it's just as good. Like, I'm gonna be like bulk ordering these. So it's now time to set everything into place. So I'm taking the AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent. So I'm gonna take the AOA Studio F19 brush. I think that will be perfect for setting the under eyes. So I'm just gonna take some of that powder. Let's feel the powder. Ooh, feels pretty nice. So I'm just gonna take that and set under my eyes. And this brush isn't bad. It's probably a little bit more dense than a brush that I would usually pick for under my eyes, but it's doing the job. So I can see a little bit of like a white cast around my eyes, and usually translucent powders do have a little bit of a yellow undertone, whereas this one's just like white. So I'm a little bit scared of flashback, so I probably wouldn't use this if I was gonna go take photos. But I mean, it does its job, it's set the foundation, but as I said, if I was going to an event, I probably wouldn't wear this. Let's go in with the F22 brush to set the rest of my face. Now this brush has the opposite problem to the eye brush. It isn't as dense, so when I'm putting it on my face, it's kind of like flopping around and not like pushing the product into my skin, if that makes sense. I just quickly contoured my face. Now let's warm up the skin with the Malibu Glitz Smooth Definition Face Powder. So all of the AOA Studio and Amuse packaging has been pretty nice. Like, keeping in mind, it's $1, whereas the Malibu Glitz packaging, you can tell it's $1. It also came with this sponge, which we won't be using, so let's pick a brush to use. Let's go in with the AOA F12 brush and pick up some of the product. So I'm actually really impressed by this bronzer. Looking at it in the pan, I was like, oh, like, is it gonna be a little bit dark? But it's actually fairly sheer, which is nice because I'm then able to build up the color and intensity to my desired taste, and actually really like using this brush for it. It is like so soft, and it's just like dusting the bronzer around my face to give it like an overall warmth. Like, I'm impressed. So we have 2 blushes here, and the packaging for the blushes, you can tell that like this is pretty cheap, but like it's cute enough. And I think I'm gonna go with this shade here. This one's a little bit intimidating for me. So this is called Satin Sheet. Ooh, the pigmentation is there. This is so nice. Oh, I actually have another blush. So I have also this one here, which in contrast to the one that I just used, this is more of a nude. Yay, I'm excited to have this one as well because this blush worked so well. Okay, I am very excited for this. This is the AOA Studio Wonder Baked Blush, and this is in the shade Cream Puff. I'm going to take that on the same brush that I used for under my eyes. So this is the F19. I'm so used to saying like the Y something from the Morphe Gilly. Oh my gosh, did you hear what I just said? The Morphe Gilly. What? I meant the Morphe Gilded Collection. Katie, get it together. I just want to do like a finger swatch. Feels a little bit dry. Okay, there's pigmentation. It's not as like intense as some of my other highlighters, but let's just put it on the cheeks and let's see how we feel. Ooh, okay, so I am building it up a little bit, like building the intensity. And it's there, it's a cute little subtle glow. I did have to build up the product quite a lot, so if you were after like a really intense highlighter, this one probably isn't for you. It did have a more dry formula than some of my other highlighters, but as I said, the glow is there. I just had to build it up a little bit. So if you're after maybe a more subtle, natural glow, then this one might be for you. Okay, so all the powders are done. So let's finish off the brows before going on to the eyes. So this is the AOA Studio Go Brow Fiber Gel. Just gonna run this through my brows. Let's see what it does. It's definitely tinting them, and I'm just brushing them into place as I go. It's also a nice color for my brows, which is always good. Okay, so that is the face done. It is now time to move on to the eyes. So as I mentioned, I selected a whole heap of products that caught my eye, but ultimately I didn't get to select what came to me. So I just want to show you what I have here to work with. So here is the Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow in, I think, number 2. So as you can tell, it's a fairly basic palette. So I won't be doing anything too crazy or colorful today. I also have 2 of the AOA Studio Wonder Baked eyeshadows. So what I was thinking of doing was just putting some basic shades in my crease right now to act as transition shades, because I know that this shade here is really not going to do anything. It's not going to really show up on my skin. So I was thinking about doing basic transition look, and then I will be back and see how these shadows work. Okay, so as I said, I just did a really rough base. So now let's go into this shade here. I just want to quickly like finger swatch it. Ooh, it feels good. And let's see if we can darken up this crease a little. Okay, so you can see a little something, but what I have noticed is that a lot of product will come off onto the brush and you're like, sweet, this is gonna be like super pigmented. But as I do with all of my products, I like tap off the excess just to ensure that there's no fallout on my face. But when you tap it off, you tap off all the product and then you're like, oh, there's nothing on the brush. I'm using a Zoeva brush because there was no blending brushes in this collection. Now I'm going to take the E115 brush and I'm going to smudge that color under my lower lash line. As I mentioned, this look is nothing special at all. I just wanted to test how these shadows work, so just mind the look. So I'm just going to go in with this shade here, the shade Toast. Any food names make me hungry, but I'm not going to create like a half cut crease or anything like that, because you guys know I have to be so precise with styles like that, and with this product I'm going to have to apply it with my finger, and like that's not going to work. So I'm just going to go like old-fashioned style, get the product on my finger, put it on my lid. I don't like this. This is like not my jam. I don't like it. I don't mind applying things with my fingers at all, but like as long as I get some intensity and some like pigmentation and like, yes, I'm here, I have arrived. With this, it's just like, what? It's a mess. Now we're gonna try this mascara here. This is the Amuse Cosmetics Pro Mega Big Lash, and I just saw here that it's waterproof, so this is not gonna be coming off anytime soon. Okay, so the mascara, it's doing its job, you know, it's made my lashes black, it's coated them, it hasn't made them clumpy, but I wouldn't say it's done anything like amazing. It's just like, it's just there, you know. So for lips, I have a whole heap of the AOA Studio Wonder Matte Liquid Lips to choose from, which is so exciting. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Bombshell. It looks to be like a nice orangey brown nude. The pigment, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. I'm seriously so impressed by the pigmentation of this. Like, It doesn't feel heavy or cakey, and it's drying like, oh my gosh. And we are done. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it was something a little bit different, but I had so much fun filming it, seeing what worked, what didn't, and I still can't get over that everything that I just tried was like $1. Overall, all the products worked. I really didn't have any like major disasters. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.